when do you know when to transition from the demo account to a real account? And so I thought it'd be interesting to kind of give my tips. So maybe it's just a generic question, but hopefully this is of some use. So I have exactly 3 rules to kind of make the transition. This is what I personally did. So the first one is strategy, so S. So you basically need to make a strategy. So you need to kind of figure out some way of identifying points in the market where you can make money. So at the end of the day, we want to make our money, but without the concerns that it's going against us, because we're trying to make. I personally try to make my trading very objective. So what I mean by that is I'm putting a trade because it reaches certain rules that I particularly make, and if it meets these rules, I'll take the trade. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it documents. I document all these trades that I do, and then we review it in the week. Okay, so that is strategy. So picking out something, picking out basically a certain aspect in the market, and we'll go over this in a second. And that is basically adding certain rules and putting things together. So this kind of links in. So it's a trigger. So T for trigger. So what I mean by this, when you see your strategy performing, you want to trigger. So as soon as you see the symbol or the trigger, or where the price action meets a certain point, you would basically enter the trade there and then. And then finally, we need to do backtesting, so B. And essentially what backtesting is we use previous data, like so here. This is a monthly time frame, and we would check all the all the scenarios that it has happened before. So they say like how many trades you need to roughly estimate and like practice your strategy with. So the ballpark is between 100, but there's a lot of other sources that say a bit more. But like I said, it's whatever makes you feel personally ready. I think I tested mine a few hundred times, but it's like I said, this is your strategy that you'll make, and you've got to have the absolute confidence to do it. So what I'm trying to say is the more back testing you do, and you can see, and then the more documented tests that you do, you can see the win to reward ratio. The risk to reward ratio, and you can calculate how certain your strategy is, and then you can see if you should make the transition from that. So with all these key factors, I'm just going to quickly see what we could just suggest for a strategy, right? So let's say we start to trade on I don't know, 4-hour time frame. Yeah, let's do 4 hours. And what could we do? We could perhaps put an indicator in. We could do a moving average timeline. Yeah. And let's just do the standard 200 EMA. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, so this is our EMA. This is 200 moving average. And we could say that the strategy is if we see price consolidating. So if price is not moving up or down, so if it's basically traveling sideways, right? And then we could say a trigger is a bullish an engulfing candle. Okay, so an engulfing candle, for those that do not know, I'm going to try quickly draw it. So an engulfing candle is like this, and I'll just do it for this purpose. Do it like that, and do another rectangle. So this, let's just say this is price action. So this is going up, and then this is coming down. So this would be a bearish engulfing. What would this mean is that the price action. Let me just properly make this fit. So price action literally engulfed the entire candle, and it basically, depending on the time frame, it would basically mean that price has been traveling in this area, but it just has significance. It's a very big significance. I'm trying to say, and the price is basically being engulfed by this candle here. So this would signify a change. So if we're using this sort of concept and we're saying we want to strategize where price consolidates. So this could be an ideal strategy for someone who's swing trades, so someone who's very long term with their trades. So so we know that lower lows and higher highs. I mean higher highs and lower lows. Yeah. No, higher lows. I keep getting it the wrong way. So yeah, so we know that this is an uptrend. So if we just draw an uptrend like this, okay, and we can see that this area here is consolidating. So perhaps we would then find an engulfing candle. So let's just put this into action. Okay, so this one right here. So if we see this, and we could say that it has to bounce off the EMA for whatever purpose reason. So that, like I said, what you have to do is build these rules around your strategy, and then the bullish the engulfing candles, which I showed over here somewhere there, that would be the trigger. And so let's just have a look. So let's just start from, so when it broke this trend line, so now we're going to say that this is consolidating, and we could say that anytime it engulfs, we put a trade in. So like I've just literally made this off the top of the head. So so we're traveling sideways. So if we see an engulfing candle here, because this big red one engulfs this candle, so we would put a stop loss here, so of 55 pips, and this traveled all the way down to 102 pips. So so then what you would do is you document this trade, and you would put this would win. So that's a good one right there. Let's just do this one short. So just to document it, so like something like that, that'd be a very good trade to do. A nice 1.29 risk to reward ratio. Let's see another one, perhaps this one right here. So this is another engulfing candle, and we would go long on here because it's going up, isn't it? This is a bullish engulfing, so we could use a structure like that for say, or something like that. And this went on for approximately 135 pips. So that was a really good trade. And we'll just do one more just for the sake of the video. Then we'll wrap it up. We could just do this even this little simple one here. This would work. Yeah, nice 77 pips right there. So yeah, so just something simple as this, and then what we would do over time was we collect all this information: how many trades we took, how many won and how many lost, make a ratio out of that, and then see if it is worth putting into real money. Then you would test it in real time, and that ultimately is what I do to transition, or what I did to transition into starting a real account. So Yeah. So with my actual group, we just on this pair alone. So just some little results that we just did. I just took a simple. What week was it? It was the. It was a week starting 25th. Yeah, the 25th. Okay, so somewhere like that, and we're just starting the new week now. So yeah, so I took a trade on here, and we did about 120 pips, I believe. 120, yeah. Well, 110 here, but we took some multiple trades. But basically, we covered 120 pips alone on this one pair, so did very well here. I believe I did 7 trades and got 7 out of 7, so it's a nice 100% win rate. But like I said, eventually you will get to this level because you back tested your strategy and you formed a strategy and you found a trigger that works and you back tested, like I said. Um, this obviously does require time and a lot of work to put in, but maybe in the next few videos I could potentially show you some strategies that that have worked, and I mean I have a better strategy, um, which took me a lot of time to find, but in my training group we get the full benefit of that. But we can definitely go over some trading strategies. But once you personally find a strategy that works for yourself in your time, it and you actually do test it and you find a trigger. It is interesting to see how well you perform in the real life, as in the real market. So for example, right now, um, this is a 1 hour time frame. The market's just opened and it currently is very late, 4 in the morning. But And then what you could do after, if you're really not sure, even if you back tested everything and you got your risk to reward ratio, you can do 2 things to make the final transition. You can do your demo account on the real live version after you've back tested it. Trial that for a good month or 2 or 3 perhaps if you're really unsure and want to be that confident, and make sure you document it in some way or form. Um, I did cover a little about this in a video before, under documentation is one of my tips. So check that out if you not quite sure what I'm on about. And then the other way is to actually start using real money, so making the real account, but use a very small amount of lot sizes, and it will teach you a bit more of what you're gonna like, more of what to expect. Um, so yeah, so that's just coming to a bit of a wrap of the video. Just for time wise. So just a quick summary. You want to make a strategy. You want to find some sort of rules. Put some rules together that works for yourself. Find a trigger point. So something that makes you want to actually trade, and that will get you to confirm the trade and physically put it into your own account, so make the physical trade. And then you would want to back test it, so testing it over many different I don't know, time frames, and previous history, until you've got that personally gave me the confidence for me to then take it to the next level and start making money from it. So like I said, if any of these videos do help you, just leave a like, a comment, and subscribe for more future videos. Yeah, if you do have any messages or any other type of questions, just let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.